Hello and welcome to today's HR Minute. I am so excited because on March 22nd, I received my first COVID-19 vaccine, shot number 1, and God willing, I'll soon receive my second vaccine, my second shot to become fully vaccinated. I'm also excited because on April 6th, President Biden approved for anyone who is at least the age of 16 to be eligible to receive the vaccination. So also, Pfizer reported that the clinical trials for younger teens, age 12 to 15, have gone well, and they petitioned the FDA for approval to start vaccinating younger teens as well. So I am super excited because that means that soon our son will also be able to be vaccinated and we'll be a fully vaccinated family. However, not surprisingly, as excited as some of us are about the COVID-19 vaccines and being able to get them, some people don't feel the same. And so with the increased eligibility for the vaccine has come some increased attention, especially directed at the workplace. And so some people are asking, especially those who don't want to get the vaccine, are asking, can my employer require me to get vaccinated for COVID-19? So in today's HR Minute, we're sharing with you some perspectives that are expressed via some recent news articles that have taken the pulse of arguments for and against employers' rights to mandate COVID-19 vaccines for their employees. So the first one is from Stat News, and recently it released a report that says that employers can mandate that their employees get vaccinated for COVID-19, and it reported that Rutgers University became the first university to mandate the vaccines for not only employees but also their students. And some argue that such mandates under emergency use authorization, which is the type of authorization that all of the vaccines currently have, is illegal. And also that's resulted in two parties having reportedly filed lawsuits opposing the vaccine mandates. You can check out the full article for additional details, and as we move on to an article from the Centers for Disease Control, or CDC. Its guidance clearly states that the Food and Drug Administration does not mandate vaccinations. However, whether a state, local government, or employer, for example, may require or mandate COVID vaccination is a matter of state or other applicable law. So CDC is staying out of it. Understandably, the above guidelines have resulted in two types of exemption requests, though. One is medical and the other is religious. So only time will reveal the outcome of the arguments that are presented under those two exemption categories. Now, let's look at a recent article from the San Diego Union Tribune. And it appears to agree with Stat News, our first article, and because it states that questions over vaccine-related civil liberties, privacy, and discrimination are likely to be answered by courts as parties file anticipated lawsuits around the arguments for and against vaccine mandates. Then finally, but definitely not least, is my professional organization, which is the Society for Human Resources Management, which is, or SHRM as we affectionately refer to it. And SHRM neither endorses or opposes vaccine mandates in its recent article. However, it does acknowledge that the vaccine could benefit both employers and employees by decreasing the spread of COVID-19, reducing employee absenteeism, increasing productivity, and ultimately reducing healthcare costs because people will be able to prayerfully stay out of the hospital and not experience such serious episodes of COVID. Then SHRM also went on to offer suggestions on how employers may be able to help their employees feel more comfortable with getting vaccinated. And it's mainly about education. SHRM advises employers to educate employees and develop and implement a written policy regarding COVID vaccination, their company's stance on COVID vaccinations, and consider granting certain accommodations for getting vaccinated. These initiatives can include paid time off for employees' vaccine appointment, and then are also paid recovery time needed when employees experience any side effects or adverse reactions to the vaccine. So these types of incentives, as SHRM says, might potentially reduce the number of anticipated medical and or religious-based discrimination allegations as well. So that's definitely something or some things to consider. So in conclusion, currently the general feel is that employers can mandate COVID-19 vaccinations for their employees. The remaining question is, how long will this last? I think we all agree that we all have cabin fever and are ready to return to some sense of normalcy, and we're ready to hug our loved ones again, to enjoy family gatherings again, and we also want to be able to pay proper tributes to those lost by gathering to celebrate their lives. Remember, there are so many families who, when they drop their loved one off at the hospital, if that loved one unfortunately did not beat COVID, they never returned home, and oftentimes because of the highly contagious nature of COVID, the families really never got to see their loved ones again, and definitely did not get together for a proper memorial service or funeral or any type of gathering to celebrate their lives and to have their support network around them all in one setting. So we as people, that's how we recover from traumatic situations, is being able to support each other through it. So we are definitely missing those things that we've taken for granted maybe, but have not been able to do for over the past year. So let's not also forget the coveted vacations as well. Vaccinations may be the starting point to put some of this pain behind us, and to be able to go on family vacations and refresh and kind of reset emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and start to build more happy memories together again, not apart. So I hope that this post today, this HR Minute, has provided you with a healthy dose of food for thought. So wherever you're viewing, do me a favor and scroll down, leave me a comment, or ask your very own human resources question. It may become the focus of one of my future posts, and I would love to hear from you. So until next time, stay healthy and stay safe.